Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Activision Blizzard once again. Just to give a little bit of background, I did a video about 2 days ago about this whole Activision Blizzard lawsuit that's been going on. If you guys want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about that in depth, you can go watch the video right here on the screen. I'll show you the thumbnail. But just to give a small little synopsis on what's happening, Activision Blizzard is being sued for sexual harassment and misconduct and things of that nature. Because apparently the females that worked there were being treated incredibly poorly and unequally. I guess you'd say. Well, it is what happened. But now we actually have a bit of info about the response from these employees. Apparently, they're going to do a big walkout to kind of protest Activision Blizzard, which is good, obviously. I have an article here, explaining everything a little bit. Following days of informal protests and denouncements of their company's response to the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing lawsuit, Activision Blizzard employees are holding a formal walkout Wednesday, July 28th, calling on leadership to improve conditions for women, particularly women of color, transgender women, non-binary people, and other marginalized groups. The protest event, formerly known as the Activision Blizzard Walkout for Equality, will be held tomorrow virtually from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, with a live event staged at the Blizzard campus in Irvine, California, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Employees unable to attend in person are asked to stop their work during these times and signal boost via social media using the hashtag #ActiveBlizzardWalkout. Turnout is expected to be about 50 or more in person, with many more joining virtually for the sake of COVID-19 safety. Quote, "We are encouraging employees to take whatever time off they feel is safe to do," an employee rep told Kotaku. "Most of us plan to take the full day off without pay, but we understand people like contractors and associates, and those who are paid less than they deserve, might not have the ability to do so." Alright, so here we have, them explaining how they're going to do this big walkout, which is good for them, right? Obviously, they should be 100% protesting their, Activision Blizzard for the way that they've been treating women unequally and, unfairly. They actually have a statement of intent letter that they addressed to Activision Blizzard management. We're going to go ahead and read that here in a second about the demands they're making. Alright, so here we have their demands for the statement of intent. Number one, an end to mandatory arbitration clauses in all employee contracts, current and future. Arbitration clauses protect abusers and limit the ability of victims to seek restitution. The adoption of recruiting, interviewing, hiring, and promotion policies designed to improve representation among employees at all levels, agreed upon by employees in the company-wide Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Organization. Current practices have led to women, in particular women of color and transgender women, non-binary people, and other marginalized groups that are vulnerable to gender discrimination, not being hired fairly for new roles when compared to men. Publication of data on relative compensation, including equity grants and profit sharings, promotion rates, and salary ranges for employees of all genders and ethnicities at the company. Current practices have led to aforementioned groups not being paid or promoted fairly. And finally, empower a company-wide diversity, equity, and inclusion task force to hire a third party to audit ABK's reporting structure, HR department, and executive staff. It is imperative to identify how current systems have failed to prevent employee harassment and to propose new solutions to address these issues. I think all these demands are absolutely fair and should absolutely be done 100%. I think you guys know by now how horrible, these women have been treated and how unfairly they've been treating as well. And they deserve, what they have rightfully earned, right? And again, if they change all these points, hopefully it will better this company, for all these people who are being, discriminated against and, aren't being treated equally. Like we have here, the adoption of recruiting, interviewing, hiring, and promoting policies designed to improve representation among employees at all levels, agreed upon by employees in company-wide diversity, equity, and inclusion organization. So they pretty much want, a fair fucking chance. That's all they want. They're asking for people to give them a fair and proper chance and to hire them because they, deserve the job, not because, oh, this person's a man and you're a woman. I don't give a shit. The man gets the job. I'm also curious to see if they do this, and hopefully I get to see number 3 here, publication of data on relative compensation. I really hope we get to see this because, again, this kind of is going to be really big, hard evidence to show how much, these marginalized groups are being, like not treat like how unequally they're being paid and how unfairly, things are going for them. And it clearly, again, like we've seen multiple people come out and, tell their story about how they're not treated fairly, how they're not paid properly or anything like that. I really hope that, this does, become public, because this not only is going to show everybody out there how women are being treated, but also it could really help the lawsuit here to show how women are being discriminated against in the workplace. I'm just reading all these things. It's just really fucking crazy to me, right? Like, it's just such a horrible thing to have happened. Like, I just don't understand why people just can't treat others with respect and dignity. Not treat them like they're fucking trash because, they're a little bit different than other people. There's one quote I wanted to kind of read over one more time, just to kind of show how, like, people are, like when they said they want everybody to come out and protest or whatever, but they said this that kind of like, that kind of clicked with me. It says, most of us plan to take the full day off without pay, but we understand some people, like contractors, associates, and those who are paid less than they deserve might not have the ability to do so. The fact that they're calling, they're not calling out, I guess, but the fact that they're like identifying people who might not be paid what they're what they should be paid, so they physically, like, they have the inability to really stop and do this because they just need to make every dime that they need, like they earn, really does kind of shock me. And I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, obviously there isn't really a one way to know, but I'm really curious to know how many people would not be participating because of that reason than the other reasons that they said, right? Not they, but Activision Blizzard actually came out with a response. I'm not gonna read the response because it's like we all know what the fuck it is. It's stupid fucking, corporate bullshit that they always pump out. They're like, oh, we're sorry, all this shit happened. We'll do better, or like this is like all fucking, this is news to us or whatever. That generic fucking bullshit that they say that they don't really care, like you get in a fucking email if you like sent a complaint or something. And this, I believe this their response is kind of a big reason for this like walkout as well, just because of how like Activision Blizzard is just really handling it, as you could see here. I just really hope that there is some form of justice served. But anyways, I'm going to start wrapping up the video here. This story is getting really big to the point where I feel like this is just going to go from like us hearing about it on the internet and like, like these news outlets, reporting about it, but it could be very well like something that is addressed like on like televised news, like it's something that people are going to talk about, because this isn't like some like minuscule little thing. Like, this is something big. Like, this is not like just some, oh, here's some random local video game theme news. Like, this is like something that's big and something that's really like it's really heavy, right? But anyways, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, I don't know. Activision Blizzard just needs to fucking do something, right? Stop beating around the bush and just address it. Also, before I do end the video, I want to say this. Apparently, their stock has also plummeted quite a bit. I believe they lost, I think it was like 7% from like the past like few days because of this happening. So we know that people are already like, responding negatively to what Activision Blizzard had to say. And we already know that people are not happy about this for good reason too. But now I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you guys for watching. Check the links in the description for the Twitter and the Twitch. I stream on Twitch pretty frequently. You guys can check me out over there. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.